Are you passionate about helping other people, about helping them improve their lives, about helping them make a difference in what they're doing? And maybe it's something that you're so passionate about that you would love to be able to do it full time and make it your life's calling. But you've gotten so secure in what you're currently doing. Maybe you work for a corporation and you're making really good money at it, or maybe you own your own business. And to make that transformation, that transition into this new field is a little scary because you've heard the rumors, and they're not really rumors. The average income for a life coach in the United States is less than $28,000 a year. Here's the great point. Not every coach is making that small of amount. There are plenty who are making a high income, 6 figures and significantly more. And Lisa's going to be sharing with you how in her first year, she went straight to the high 6-figure mark and has been doing consistently better each year ever since she launched her coaching business.
Absolutely. Willard's kind of telling my story. I was the person that came from corporate, had made a lot of money, didn't want to go down in income. When you hear those statistics, I'd say that wouldn't even pay my taxes here where I live. And I said, okay, that's not even an option for me. You see, I've always loved the personal development industry. I've invested in myself royally to learn more and to be an even better person after college. You know, I started out my career in corporate America. I worked for companies like IBM and MCI, and even they invested in me. They would send me to trainings to continue to learn and become better. I found there's only 2 ways to make more money than your boss. It's either be in sales or own your own business, and I did both of them. And in sales, I did over $60 million in personal sales.
That's 6-0, just to make sure you hear it clearly.
Yes. And you know what I understood is I never felt like I sold anything. I just learned that you need to know what influences people if you want to influence them. And if you're offering them a product or service that will make a difference in their life, you're giving them a gift. And I found I love to give gifts. So I was able to service a lot of people. But what I found is a lot of people would go into business and didn't understand that your business was a reflection of yourself. But every business I started, I was very fortunate to be able to build a 6-figure plus business because there were certain skills and resources I've acquired over the years. In the matter of fact, in the last 30 years, I invested over $750,000 in me, better return than the stock market, so that I can find out what does it actually take for me to do what I want to do and be the best I can be, and why is it that other people aren't, and what is it they're doing. The investment was never to become a coach. The investment was to be a better me. And what was interesting is I actually started with Tony Robbins about 25 years ago because of a personal challenge I had with an eating disorder, and he had helped me back then. And I decided that with all the investing I was doing with not just him, but with every other mentor out there, whether it's Deepak Chopra or Jay Abraham or John Gray or you just name it, Andy Andrews. I mean, I can keep going, Alison Armstrong, I'll keep going, Byron Katie, I'll keep going, and whatever. I kept investing. What I found is that I kept going back to support and to service and to help other people make a difference, because I have 25 years of not hurting myself. But I found a lot of people didn't know what I knew, but I had something to offer. So I would volunteer my services and help other people, and I had no problems with that. But I never thought of it as a career, because every career I've ever had, every business I've ever started was 6 figures, and the average person just didn't make it here. Yeah. So what happened is Tony has a head trainer, Lauren, who's been a friend of mine for years, and we were on a trip. I'm a platinum partner of Tony's. That's like a $150,000 investment per person over the year. And we were in Egypt, and Lauren says to me, "You're playing small." And I was like, I don't play small. What are you talking about? It totally didn't make sense to me, because I mean, I actually started another company years later. I was in the direct sales industry, and my husband and I became the top 1% in the country, and we've made millions in that industry. So here she's telling me I'm playing small. I wanted to know who she was looking at, because it wasn't me.
You're talking to me?
You're talking to me? And she said, "Yeah, you're supposed to be helping more women." And I said, "No, I teach people how to make money." And she said, "No, you're supposed to be helping more women." And it turned out I said no. And a year later, I go to sleep one night, and I wake up in the morning, and I walk downstairs, and I call my husband Handsome, and I said to him, "Handsome, I'm supposed to save lives. I said, I don't know what that looks like. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but you have to take over other businesses. I'm going to do this." But I had a challenge. How am I going to do this? Because how am I going to charge people for stuff I've been giving away for free for 15 years? So I had a conversation with Tony Robbins, and I said to Tony, how do I do this? He said, Lisa, if you're so bent on giving things away, he said, then scholarship somebody into your program every year. And I have 5 people on my faculty, and I had to go over to everybody and say, you okay with this? Because none of us are going to get paid, but I want to give back, and I know you're a giver, and we're going to give back. And then they all said yes, so we did that. But I had to learn that in business, like any other business I started, I had to separate my emotions for wanting to give, and contribute to understand I have to contribute to me first in order to serve them. And I need to have them invest in themselves, or they won't get the return that I want them to get out of working with me. So it was a big lesson I had to learn. And I decided to start my business, and it was a very high 6-figure the first year, like I promised my husband it would be, and it was. And then it kept multiplying. And eventually what happened is my clients kept coming to me and saying, teach me what you do, teach me what you do. And I want to help people because their lives have been so transformed and so changed. They wanted to know. And they came over to me every year asking me to do this. And I said, I can tell you everywhere I went, but if you want to invest all the money I did, today it's probably worth over $1 million because it's 30 years and what the value is. I said, I'll tell you everywhere to go if they're still alive. You know, Dr. Bandler, thank God, still here, and Grinder and Bob Diltz and stuff. But I said, you know, I didn't want to do it. And Willard, you were with me, and you turned around, and however that happened. And he goes, well, we can do it. I'm like, what do you mean we can do this? And collectively, we have over 50 years experience in personal development and helping create change for people. And what ended up happening is I said, I don't know how I did it. I said, yes, because here's what I found is most people don't have the resources and tools to invest in themselves as I did. And it was because of the investment that was made that gave me the return. And today I am so excited to share it that although I might be an anomaly to most people, we're creating more of me.
Right.
Right?
Well, I think an important thing to share also is that when you did make the decision to invest in yourself in starting this coaching business,
yes,
in your first year of launching it, because of those things that you got from the other investments you made, your first year you had a high 6-figure income in your coaching company.
Right.
And that's continued to increase every year since it's been open.
Absolutely.
And as Lisa said, you know, bringing together the combined experience that we both have in business and in coaching and in the industry, now we have students.
Yes.
You know, Lisa is the anomaly and unique in the fact that when somebody said, you need to invest in yourself, she followed the instructions and went out and invested in herself. A lot of people are told that, but they don't. Mm-hmm. Her experience, though, does not have to be unique in regards to leaving a high-paying position or turning over the running of your business to somebody else for you to do what your passion is, because we now have students who are doing the same thing. One of them, a doctor for 15 years, but again, wanted to step more into not just helping people with their health, but helping them heal and helping them transform their lives in other ways. 1 month, she made $45,000.
Absolutely.
We had another student who had been involved in corporate for their whole life, had never run their own business before. And I believe it was in 1 month, the part that I'm saying believe was either, she made as much as she made in either 3 or 4 months when she was working for corporate, and she was a 6-figure earner in corporate.
And made it in 1 month.
And made it in 1 month.
Yes.
So Lisa's experience does not have to be unique.
Yes.
What we're inviting you to do is invest in yourself. Believe in yourself. Take a calculated risk in the sense of not just jumping and running and thinking you can do it on your own. Find the mentors who can teach you how to achieve that 6-figure income or more in your first year of doing this so you can do what your passion is and live your life's purpose. You know, again, we'll run a little bit longer than what our normal videos do, but this is a very important message to share. So please make sure to leave some comments below. Share it with your friends who may be interested also, because you know that they've got a gift to share. Click on the link to find out more information of how you can do the same thing that Lisa has and that I'm doing now and that our students are doing. And make an impact. Share your gift with the world.
Absolutely. And we'll look forward to seeing you on the other side.